All right, same strategies we did for the other problem. We're going to say that we're going to let this whole thing just equal u.
Yeah.
So where is the sine u equal to 1? Think of a unit circle.
Equal to 1.
Sine is the x, is the y coordinate.
Um,
And they want you to solve this, by the way, between...
Oh, that's... Never mind. I did it wrong. I see what I did.
So the sine... So that would mean u would have to equal what?
Pi over 2.
It would be pi over 2
And...
plus or minus
2 pi.
2 pi k is how you write it.
Yeah.
So it means I can go right or left, because sometimes when you have this right here, remember that's like shifting it left pi over 18. But this is like going around the circle 3 times. So I might have to go left 1 and right 1. I don't quite know, but it's okay. I'm going to figure it out. So here's what I like to do. I'm going to say that u equals, I know it equals pi over 2, and I'm just going to add 2 pi,
5 pi over 2.
which is 4 pi over 2, right? 5 pi over 2. Plus, and what's the next one? Add another 4. It's 9 pi over 2.
Yeah.
And just for good measure, add another 1. It's not a big deal. In fact, let's even subtract 1. Let's go this way 1. Negative 3 pi over 2. If I subtract 4 pi.
Yeah.
So those are all my u's. And I'm pretty sure some of those aren't even going to need to be used.
Yeah.
So, but remember, what are we trying to solve for? Not u. We're trying to solve for theta. And what's theta? What's u equal? U equals 3 theta plus pi over 18. So what am I going to have to do?
Multiply everything by 18.
I'm going to first subtract 18, pi over 18 from everything, and then divide by 3.
Is it because I...
Now, let me point something out. This is an instance where it would be better to, instead of doing it this way, it'd be better to find your first solution and then add the period to it as many times as you need to, because it's less work. So let's do it. Let's do it both ways. So if I were to subtract pi over 18 from all these things, I'm just going to subtract pi over 18, subtract pi over 18, subtract pi over 18, subtract pi over 18, which means I'm going to have to make all of these over 18.
Yeah.
Right? So this times 9, so that's 18. Whatever 9 times 13 is. This is 18, and this is 81. This is 18, and that's 45. This is 18, and that's 9. This is 18, and that's negative 27. Now I got to divide everything by 3 to get rid of that 3. So I'm going to take all of those things and multiply them by 1/3. So all these are going to be multiplied by 1/3. Multiply by 1/3. Multiply by 1/3. You see what I'm doing? So theta equals, now notice that I didn't simplify things yet purposefully, because 3 and 27 are going to cancel out, and you're going to get negative 9 back here. So that's negative 9 pi over 18, which by the way is still less than 0. So that's not a solution. It's a solution, but it's not part of it. Negative 1/2, right? Then I'm going to do this with that. That's 3. Those cancel, but now 18 and 3 will cancel, and you're going to get pi over what?
Pi over
6. Good job. This 3 cancels with that 45, and you get 15. 15 and 18 have a 3 in common. So that becomes 5, and that becomes 6. 5 pi over 6.
6.
Did I do that too quick? 15 pi over 18. If I cancel a 3 out of both of those, I get 5 and 6. The 81 and the 18, actually I go ahead and cancel 81 and 18 right away. They both have a 9, right? So that's 9 and that's 2, and that 3 and that cancels. That becomes a 3, so it's 3 pi over 2. And then this last one, which I may or may not need, we'll find out soon, is going to be that an 18 will cancel and you'll get a 2. Well, that's a, nope, did that wrong. Sorry, start that over. This is 9 times 13 over 18 times 1/3. So that 9 and that cancel and you get a 2. So 13 over 6, 13 pi over 6. And is that in my range here? No, it's outside my range. So I've got 3 answers. Those are my 3 answers. Now, the other way you could have done it, like I said, may have been easier in this case, is found the first answer, which was pi over 6. Find your first answer of pi over 6. And then just add the period to it. And your period, because this is a 3 right here, your period is 2 pi over 3, which is like 4 pi over 6. So you could have just done that. 4 pi over 6 times k.
Wait, I thought it was. Isn't it 2 pi?
What's
over
What's 1 pi over 6 plus 4 pi over 6?
Multiplied. Never mind.
Yeah, I multiplied. Yes.
Yeah, okay. This is I got somewhat close. I got off by 0.02.